Hey, it's Reed Florine here, and this video is for you if you have a website and you want to capture the contact information of people who visit your website and maybe don't purchase or don't sign up to your email list from an opt-in form that you have. There is a service out there called Get Emails, and it focuses on email retargeting. Now, I'm going to quickly go over how it works, some case studies, and some best practices for this. We'll cover some frequently asked questions and some pricing for it, and I can get you guys an exclusive discount on it through my link below this video. So basically, what this does is it identifies people that visit your website that are not on your email list already. So you can suppress those people, you can exclude them basically, and the people that don't opt in or don't buy whatever you're selling, and you can get those leads. It's only US traffic for now that it will retarget. You can get those leads added instantly into your autoresponder, and so that allows you to send an email address or an email out to those people to get them to purchase different things from you. So a lot of your website visitors that go to your website don't sign up, they don't buy, they don't opt into anything you have, and this allows you to get leads that are 80% cheaper than what you'd get off of like social media ad campaigns. Your complaint rates are going to be really low and your open rates are really high. I've been using this for since November or December, just kind of playing with it on one of my sites. I've added a couple thousand new leads that I wouldn't have otherwise had just by using this tool. It's trusted by a bunch of different places. Here's a place that they've lowered their lead cost by 80% by doing this. It's something that really just takes about a minute to set up. You sign up for this, you install their code on your website, and you can do that really easily. They have a lot of ways to integrate it. You can do kind of a one-click integration with your email service provider. So like GetResponse and ConvertKit and I think ActiveCampaign and Infusionsoft. I'm using mine. I have it connected up through Zapier, so I have it going into a self-hosted autoresponder of mine, so I was able to do that. They have a bunch of different integrations. I think they've got 10 to 20 different companies that are pretty big now that they integrate with, and then you get the new emails added to your list daily using this platform. They are owned by an email marketing autoresponder company, and that's kind of how they started doing this. Is they have an autoresponder company, and they started playing with this kind of technology for themselves, and now they've opened it up to allow other people to use this service. And they've got a ton of videos on their site. They've got a podcast, they've got a blog. Here's a luxury jewelry company. They got a 10x return on investment on Black Friday using Get Emails. And so we'll go over quickly how it works. You install this snippet of code on your website. It looks like this. It identifies the people that visit your website that are in the United States right now that are not on your list, and they have a partner database of over 500 million records in there, and these are all third-party opt-ins that have express consent for their information to be shared. So it's oftentimes people have signed up for like a sweepstakes or maybe like a credit offer, things like that. They've signed up for different things, and in the terms of conditions for those types of information, there's a box those people have checked that they have allowed their information to be shared with partners. And so basically it uses some pretty sophisticated technology to look up the people that visit your website based off of IPs and cookies and other browser identification. So all the kind of technical stuff, it figures that out, and then it matches that up with people that have that are in the database that have opened an email recently, and then if it finds a match, it sends that information into your autoresponder. That's basically how it works. This is CAMSPAN compliant. Only does US-based emails, and how CAMSPAN works is if you have the option for people to opt out, in short, you're compliant. They've got a bunch of legal information on their site. In fact, they've got an 11-page document that covers all the reasons why this is legal and how you're protected by doing it in the way they're doing it. And then it connects up with your email service provider. So they've got a ton of different email service providers that they instantly integrate with, and they're adding more all the time. And so it's pretty simple how this works. As I mentioned earlier, they've got a podcast. I've watched almost every episode of that goes into a lot more detail on how things work. And you don't just get the emails, you can get email address, first name, last name. It can show you where they visited on your website. You can get the postal address. So let's say you're doing postcards or any sort of snail mail, you could send out something like that to follow up with them as well. And you also get the original date of opt-in. So when they opted in for one of their partners, you have that information as well. And let's go over this in a little more detail. So kind of quickly how it works, it's basically email retargeting, and you get the emails, it places the cookie. Basically, they open or click on a partner email in the network, and they match up the cookie that way. So the cookie has, here's more technical stuff, but it has an MD5 hash in there, and it'll see if the MD5 hash matches up with when someone visits your website and opens an email in their network, and then they know that they have the right person, and so you get that lead. It's basically, that's just more gobbledygook of the technical aspects of it. Basically, the person visits the website, they open an email through one of their partners, and they know that it's the right person, and you get that lead into your list, so you can start emailing them, and you get the full records. So like the first name, last name, email address, IP, where they visited, when they opted in, all that kind of stuff. You have all that stuff to help keep you safe, and that way you can increase your list really rapidly and really inexpensively. Doing this, I'll go over this real briefly. Let's see, we've kind of covered a lot of this, but this is a way that you could grow your list by up to 10 times, just because a lot of people don't opt in on your website, so it's really cool, or they don't buy. Imagine, let's say you put this on like your shopping cart. So there's a lot of people that maybe add a product to a shopping cart and then abandon the checkout, and you don't even have their email address. Well, now with Get Emails, you know that that person visited and tried to add something to your shopping cart. You could follow up with them to make the sale, and that's how a lot of people are making an ROI with Get Emails here. Let's see, I'll scroll down a little bit more here and see if there's anything else that is useful on this page before we go to the next. I think I've kind of covered that. So it identifies the anonymous people with their code. It integrates with your software. It kind of retargets them and gets them into your list. So you get information like this. So it's showing the email, first, last, address, city, state, zip, IP, when they signed up, when they've last clicked on something in the landing page that they visited on your site. You can even segment the leads now. So if you have certain pages of your website, or you have different websites, you can segment them and send them to different autoresponders that you have. I haven't played with that yet. That's a new feature that they just added, I think this past week or so. And then you can nurture those leads with your automated emails. So they suggest doing something where you kind of introduce yourself, explain how your brand is different than others, and kind of humanize things. And that's kind of your first email. Maybe make a discount offer for people that just signed up. Then day 2, or email 2 is kind of day 1. You're going to send out some content, and it's kind of best of emails, and that's kind of your top 3 or 4 pieces of content to build that relationship with. Then you can send another value-based email to the people that join this way, and you can get build that relationship up with these people. And kind of email 4 is make an offer for them. So you kind of been building a relationship. You're getting that know, like, and trust factor going up, and then you give them an offer to purchase through you. And that's what they found to be the kind of best case scenario for people with this. And obviously you can add more emails into your series that way. What I've personally been doing is I've been using it to figure out kind of who opens and who clicks. So I've been sending them a bunch of different things, and then I've been adding the people that open and click emails into a different segment of my list, so I can broadcast affiliate offers to them. And so that's what I've been doing, and I've been getting a lot of clicks from that. So it's definitely been helping, and it's been a lot of people that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to promote to, and it's really low price. I'm paying 25 cents per lead using this. If you click on my link below, you're going to get a 25% discount for the next 3 months of your service of using that. So that's kind of a little deal that I've worked out with them, because I'm a satisfied customer of Get Emails, and that helps you get started with this technology. Now, they have people that use it for e-commerce. So this person got a 10x ROI from it. I don't think there's anything else on that page to really help. Oh, another thing I don't think I've covered, you don't pay for any duplicate records. So if someone's already on your list, you don't pay for them. If someone signs up to your list, you don't pay for them. If someone visits your website and they get targeted through Get Emails and they visit again, a week later or whatever, you're not going to pay for that lead again. You only pay for them once. So that's a nice thing about Get Emails. Publishers here, this is more aimed at people that have kind of like an online magazine or bloggers type of thing. But here's a place that they got 45,000 leads using this service. They were able to get an opener list of 20,000 leads, so 45% of the people that signed up through Get Emails. They got 20,000 of them to open. 11,000 of them are active clickers, so that's 25% of their leads. They were paying 20 cents a record, and their cost of opt-ins via social were $1. So they basically got an 80% reduction in their costs by doing it this way and getting a bunch of leads using Get Emails. So a little bit more about their data. It's live people because they have an autoresponder company, and they work with a lot of different lead providers, and they know when a lead has opened things recently and clicked on things recently. So you're going to have more engaged people this way because it's all people that visited your website, number one, and number two, they've recently opened or clicked or engaged on an email inside their network. I think within the last 30 days is how it works. And so they're able to match that up and then give you that lead information. So you have the lead information into your autoresponder, and you can start emailing those people using this. Now they have email validation technology that kind of goes through and makes sure the emails are cleaned. And like I mentioned, it only matches up if people open and click things through their vast network of partners that they're working with. And so that way it's someone that has an email address that they're using. So I've noticed that my complaint rates are basically nil with this. I don't really have bounces with these emails. These are really high quality leads. They've got a large database of over 500 million devices, and it's growing by 1 million people or devices a day. And it's CAN spam compliant. Like I mentioned earlier, they've got a full legal packet that really goes into detail. It's kind of a boring read, so I'm not going to show you that page, but it's basically 11 pages of legalese, and I guess made a little bit easier to digest than a full lawyer page, but it's still pretty dry. So we'll go through some of these other pages here. We'll go through some of the playbooks. I think I've opened these up in new tabs. So here's someone, they use the e-commerce, they have it for their e-commerce site, and they used Get Emails, and they're using it to increase their conversions. So they installed the script, they connected it up with their app, their email marketing autoresponder. Then the first email of their welcome series says, so the subject line was, "Thanks for coming by the site." Okay, and then they added some information, I think in the email address of, let me see if I can zoom in here quick. Even in the email, it says, "Thanks for coming by the site." So that was like the first line inside the email, and the subject line, I think, was that as well. And that way, people are like, "Oh, that's why I'm getting an email here," and they remember that they were on this Frida Rothman website before, or Frida Rothman, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, and she gave them a coupon code for purchasing, I think they sell jewelry, and so they were able to use that coupon code to increase conversions, and that email went out immediately. So once they would get the email from Get Emails and it would go instantly into their autoresponder, that would be the first email that went out in the series to get people to go, "Oh yeah, I was on that website, and oh cool, here's a coupon that I can use to buy right away." Here's another one, another ecom Posh Puppy Boutique. "Thanks for visiting Posh Puppy Boutique. Here's 30% off." So like a lot of times when you go to an e-commerce store, you might log in or you might visit the site, and then there'll be a pop-up that you'll be able to get a discount if you give them their email address. Basically, it's the same thing that they're doing here. The only real change here is they're saying, "Hey, thanks for visiting us," to kind of remind them that they were on the website. And so that's really what they're doing. And they give them a coupon to get going. There's a 23% click to open rate. And so basically their best practices for ecom are, "Thanks for coming by the site. Here's a coupon. Then they go over the brand story and kind of like meet the team and a coupon. And then day 3 is like, here's a best-selling product and a coupon to give you a discount. And so that's kind of what they do for the first 3 days with ecom to help people make more sales using Get Emails. Basically, they recommend that you evaluate this for about 2 months, 60 days of seeing where things go with this. They say the open rates should be 20% plus, and oftentimes they're seeing higher open rates than what they get from their normal opt-in email. So we're going to go over the statistics for Posh Puppy. They spent $906 over a 45-day period using Get Emails. And so it looks like they were able to get 3,624 subscribers here. They generated 14 orders. Average order was $106.27. And they did $1,645.25 in revenue here. The open rate was 21%. Click rate was 5.1%. And so they definitely were getting clicks and opens and sales using Get Emails and using the warm-up method that they described in this playbook. Here's another one. This is like a publisher, so like think a blog or a magazine type of thing. They use this to help fight email attrition. And so they sent another thanks for coming by the site email. So that's kind of like the best practice for the first email you send out. And how they did stuff is they installed the script, they connected with their email app, so their autoresponder. They sent out the thanks for visiting website. And so here's what Marin Magazine is. Thanks for coming by the site. And it's obviously like an actual magazine, so they have pictures of a couple of their issues, and I guess a weekly newsletter about stuff, I guess, in San Francisco area. And so that is an email that goes out immediately once people sign up. Here's this is actually by me. This is Twin Cities Summer Jam. This happens a couple towns over from me, and their first email is thanks for stopping by the site and checking us out. And so it talks about different bands that are going to be performing at their concert that they do. And so that email had a 23% click to open rate, and then they add them to the regular list. So basically after that got sent out, those contacts went to their regular email list, and they were getting more opens and clicks. They suggested for the killing your list attrition to kind of look at this over a 60 to 90 day period and expect like 20% open rates. Here's Prophecy News. They got 45,000 emails from them. I think I covered this one a little bit earlier, but 20,000 of them were openers, 11,000 of them were clickers, and they paid 20 cents cost per email. And when they were doing marketing on social media, they were paying $1 per subscriber, so an 80% reduction. So it's a good way to kind of beat your attrition. So imagine if you had a blog or you were sharing some free content on the internet and you wanted to get more leads that way, you could get emails, their little code snippet on your site, and you could get a lot of those leads on your email list. You can build that relationship with them and build the know, like, and trust factor and sell different things to them. Let's go through a little bit more on what to send. I think this will be pretty similar to the thanks for coming by the site stuff that I've mentioned. It has to go out immediately. That's going to help you not get the complaints. Don't use Get Emails and then wait a week or two to send out an email. You want to go out like the same day. So the thanks for coming by the site email seems to be by far what's working for everyone. I'm seeing that in a ton of case studies for Get Emails. That's what people are doing now, and that seems to be kind of the magic sentence that just really helps, because people are like, why am I getting an email from this company? Why is this person emailing me? And then they get reminded, oh yeah, that's why. And so that seems to just really open the doors for you. So if you're an e-commerce company, use a store-wide company, you could try 15%. If that isn't working, try 30% off. That seems to really help push the needle and get people to actually take action here. And then give people the option to opt out. You want to have an unsubscribe link in every email. That's how you stay compliant through doing email marketing. You want to have that on there, and your complaints are going to be really low with this. So that's just another example of the Twin Cities one and the Marin Magazine. Those are companies that offer to share things. Posh Puppy Boutique, I think I showed that to you guys too. And I think that pretty much covers up that one. Now here's another thing. I haven't played with it, but it makes perfect sense. grab the emails that you get from Get Emails and then turn them into a lookalike audience so you can do retargeting. And they were able to use this to outperform things, other targeting that they were doing on Facebook using, or other retargeting actually. I think they were doing retargeting. We'll look at, they have some proof here. And they were getting better results from the Get Emails 1% lookalike audience. So basically what happens is after you've set everything up, you export your contacts. And so they did a lookalike audience with around 350 contacts in it to start. And so they created the lookalike audience inside Facebook. So they did a custom audience. They uploaded their customer list. So those leads they got from Get Emails, they created a lookalike audience from those. So that created people that were most like these people. And then they did a retargeting campaign with that, and they published their ad. And so this was a sign up. So I'm not sure what they were promoting here, but so their website visitor lookalike. So this is people that just normally visit their website, and a lookalike audience just generated from Facebook. They were paying $35.28 per sale on that. This paying customer lookalike was their most expensive. They were paying $60.09 per sale that way. Business owners, I'm not sure what that is because I haven't been in their Facebook account, but they're paying $39.22. And then the retargeting list lookalike, so taking the emails from Get Emails and creating a lookalike audience of people that looked like those customers, they were paying $24.18 per sale. So they were getting the lowest cost per acquisition of a customer there. So it's a pretty cool way to really expand your reach doing this, taking these leads and creating that retargeting audience, doing a lookalike audience with that, and getting more sales that way. Let's see, we've talked about this this jewelry company, and so they had a 10x ROI, and so they ran 2 other lead generation campaigns on social media. Get Emails records were on average 85% less expensive, and they did not get a single conversion from the other traffic sources that they were using. So we'll go in a little more detail here. They did a Get Emails campaign, Instagram and Facebook during the time of Black Friday. They installed the script, they connected it up with their MailChimp account, and they got a 10x return on investment from Get Emails on Black Friday. They were paying 25 cents per lead from Get Emails, and on average, the price from Facebook and Instagram was $1.42 per lead, and not a single lead from Facebook or Instagram converted, but 100% of the sales of Black Friday came from the Get Emails lead generation campaign. They were able to attribute it to those records. Let's see, we've talked about this Prophecy News Watch a few times here. So they get 80% of their traffic from paid advertising and 20% organic. And so they drive traffic to their homepage using the paid advertising and SEO, and they try to get people to sign up for their newsletter. Then they try to get them to convert to a subscriber to an active clicker and return to their website where they've have advertising and they have some e-commerce products. So they found that increasing their active clicker base is a more cost-efficient manner than using existing social media channels. And so they put the code on their site. They get around 750 new email-based retargeting subscribers per day from this. So they have a very large website. So after 60 days, they had 45,000 opt-ins, 20,000 opened, 11,000 clickers. And basically, they're paying 20 cents per record because of just the bulk of how many emails they're getting. For them, they get a little bit of a discount. And they were getting records from social channels, and those people weren't very engaged, it sounds like, and they were paying around $1 per lead, so an 80% reduction in cost this way, and they're getting a lot more opens and a lot more clicks and a lot more traffic back to their website, which in turn is helping them get a lot more advertising revenue and selling more of their products. So kind of cool. Here's that Posh Puppy Boutique again. They saw a 2x ROI on Get Emails contacts within 30 days, and they own those leads forever. So that's another nice thing about this. You know, you get those leads, and as long as they stay on your list, you can promote over and over and over again. Someone, you know, maybe they don't buy within the 30 days, but maybe they're going to buy 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road, 5 years down the road. You own that lead, and you can keep sending email to them. So the open rate on their main email list is 9%, but their emails that they get from Get Emails are getting a 22% open rate. And so that's kind of what I use. I use it to figure out my opens and clicks and see who that wouldn't have normally subscribed to me. Who of those is active, so I can really focus on those people and build a relationship with them and promote different affiliate offers. So prior to using Get Emails, they found that SMS marketing was the most effective way to promote their boutique of puppy stuff. And so the SMS marketing policies changed and they lost deliverability. They were generating around 10K a month in revenue from the SMS marketing, and it went down to 1K a month. And they hired some Facebook marketing agencies, and they weren't able to get stuff going as best as they could. But then they found Get Emails. They are getting a 21.2% open rate. They looks like they had a little over 3,000 leads sign up, 3,600 leads sign up, 14 orders. Generated $1,645 in revenue from this. They're getting 75 to 100 contact records per day. They set it up with their MailChimp account, and they use the automation welcome email series that I talked about earlier. And so they spent $906 over 6 weeks, and they received a 1.81 ROI during that period. And they're getting 21.2% open rates versus 9% from their regular list. So pretty cool. We talked about Marin Magazine a little bit. They're getting engaged subscribers who open at a 20% or higher open rate using Get Emails, and are 15% or less the cost of a subscriber from any other source. So they rate Get Emails 10 out of 10. And so they were paying $1.50 plus per subscriber from social media channels to get people, and now they're paying like 25 cents a lead using Get Emails. They're getting 75 to 115 contacts per day using Get Emails from this. They send out that automated welcome series that I mentioned earlier. They have, so they kind of do solo ad blasts to their newsletter, and they charge $100 per 1,000 contacts that they blast out to. And so they get the leads for 25 cents, which costs them 85 less than they normally do. And then that would equal about $250 per 1,000 contacts that they generate. So they only have to send out 2.5 email blasts to those subscribers to make their money back from Get Emails. So they're getting open and click-through rates that are basically equal to their existing opt-in lists, and they own that lead forever. So it's a really affordable way for them to basically arbitrage this out and make money. It's a really cool idea, actually, for how they're doing this. This is kind of an interesting business model for how things are going here for them. Now, they do integrate with a ton of different solutions now. They just added GetResponse this past week as another thing you can integrate with. And if it's not listed, they can work with you to try to get your email service provider integrated. Otherwise, they do have a Zapier connection, and I use that for one of my accounts, and that's working well. It really takes like 60 seconds to set this up. It gives you a code, you copy and paste the code, you put it on your site or on the pages that you want it to go. So like let's say you have a website, and your website, maybe you don't want the people that just land on your homepage. Maybe you want people that went and clicked on like your pricing page, because those people showed intent to purchase. You could put this code just on your pricing page, and that way, we're going to follow up with those leads because they are not on our list and they viewed our pricing and they're interested in stuff. And now we've got their full name, their email address, their mailing address. So I mean, you could mail them a postcard or something, or mail them something in the physical mail to help convert the sale. I mean, obviously you wouldn't do that for a low price product, but let's say you're selling a service that costs maybe thousands of dollars. That's something that you could do and would help you make a lot more money with these leads. You can suppress new subscribers that join your list. You can also suppress people that are existing subscribers from the list, so you don't pay for that. You can filter by which site they've landed on or which page they've landed on, so you could have different email series set up. You can filter by domain. So let's say that you're having issues delivering to Gmail addresses on one of your autoresponders. You could have the Gmail addresses go on a different autoresponder of yours, and that way you still have high deliverability of those people. You could filter by state. Lots of things you can do here. So currently they connect with Sendinblue, Robly, PersistIQ, MailChimp, Maropost, Klaviyo, Infusionsoft, Keep, whatever it is now, HubSpot, Drip, ConvertKit, CampaignMonitor, ActiveCampaign, Zapier, which would basically connect you up to anything, SailThrough, PostUp, ListTrack, Bronto, Iterable, Salesforce, ResponseSys, Eloqua, I don't know, that's an Oracle thing, I'm not familiar with it, and I know they just added GetResponse as another thing. Let's go over some of the frequently asked questions, because I know, a lot of people watching this are probably curious of how this really works. Is this CAN-SPAM compliant? I might have to refresh this page. Hold on 1 second here. Of course, when I'm doing a live video, I can't get the thing to go. Basically, in short, it is CAN-SPAM compliant. They've got a bunch of information that covers that. They've got an 11-page document that goes into detail. It only grabs emails that are US based, and as long as you have an like a unsubscribe link at the bottom of your emails, and some other stuff that they cover in their core in their guide on it, you're fine. And so I covered the email platforms to integrate. It's a bunch of different places. You can track all the pages you want. Can use the technology out of the United States. You could be a person that lives outside of the United States and use this, but it's only going to add US-based people back onto your list. How much does it cost? It's 25 cents a record. Do I have to pay for emails that are already on my list? No, you can even upload emails that you don't want to pay for. So if you have, let's say you have multiple autoresponders like I do, you could upload all your contacts in to get emails and say, hey, I don't want to pay for any of these people. And so that's something that you can do because they're already on your list. And so you can suppress all those people. You can also have it, they added a new feature lately that it can tell when new leads sign up to your autoresponder and exclude them from joining. There's also a suppression code that you can put on your thank you page. So you can add that to your thank you page and it will make it so that you don't pay for any of those leads. What percentage of my traffic will you be able to identify? This really fluctuates. They say that like 35% of your visitors could potentially be in their system, so it could add a bunch of new leads a day for you. What kind of contact information you get? It's first name, last name, email address, postal address, tells you what page they've been on, get the IP address, and I think you get the sign up date or last open date, last click date, whatever it is, from their partner network. What do you send to these new email addresses? Well, basically the first email is like, thanks for visiting the site, here's a coupon. The next couple of emails kind of build some know, like, and trust factors with you, kind of sharing your story and maybe sharing some content with them, maybe another coupon code for something. And then let's say you have an e-commerce store, for instance, you might promote one of your best-selling products and give them a nice coupon for that to kind of push them over the edge. And then you just keep sending more newsletter style emails to these leads. Is this kind of like web retargeting? Can I use it to replace my web retargeting? I don't know if I'd really use it to replace, but I'd use it in addition to. I know retargeting costs are definitely starting to rise as more and more people are doing online marketing and more people are doing retargeting campaigns. This is a way to at least acquire those leads so you own the lead and you can promote to them over and over and over again through email marketing. Whereas if you're running like a Facebook retargeting campaign, you're paying for it each time they click on the ad, each time they view the ad, that type of thing. Here you at least have the leads inside your email marketing platform and you can promote over and over and over again. So this is a lot cheaper in the long run than traditional retargeting or basically any sort of marketing in general. This is a really cheap way to acquire leads. This is kind of like my abandoned cart program. You could definitely do that with this. You could, let's say you have an e-commerce store and you put this on, the pixel on your cart page. You could be like, hey, thanks for visiting. Here's a coupon code to help you with your purchase, kind of thing. We know so that you didn't buy, type of thing. That's something that you could do with this. So it'd be very similar to an abandoned cart. Is it difficult to set up? No, this is incredibly easy. You get code that you just copy and paste. It's just a little snippet of code. If you can't do it, I'm sure they can help you out with some of it. I could help you out with it. Otherwise, someone on your tech team could help you out with it. It's very simple, and they've got a lot of tutorials on how to do this, even integrating it with like WordPress or Google Tag Manager, or any of those other platforms that you might be using, Wix, things like that. They might even have a Shopify thing. They have a bunch of different things that they have it really easy to use and integrate with. Do I put the script in the header of the page or the body of the page? It's more of a technical question on there. I believe it's in the header, if I remember correctly. What page do I put it on? You can put it on all your pages. You could put it on high intent pages. You could put it, obviously you wouldn't want to put it on like the thank you page or the page, or someone might have just ordered something because you already would have that lead. It wouldn't make much sense. But you can put it on other pages of your site. How do you know if it's working? There's a way inside the panel here. When you're a member, you can click to verify that the script is working. Can you put it on more than one website? Yes, you can. I have multiple websites that are connected in my account now. How do I get the emails? So they send the emails through your autoresponder system now, and basically you just connect it up into their service. It used to be where they would send you a CSV file every day, but they've since made it so you can integrate with your email platforms, and it's like instantaneous. The lead shows in and then it goes to your autoresponder, so it's pretty cool. Do you provide postal addresses? Yes, you can get the postal addresses. It's 25 cents a record for name, email, postal address, where they visited, all that kind of stuff. Is your data clean? It's up to date. Yeah, it's basically how it works, from my understanding, is they have a large network of like 500 million people, devices, emails, things like that, and they're able to see when people visit your website and also have opened or clicked within their partner network, and they kind of merge the two together, and that's how they figure out that it's the same person, and that's how you get the lead. So it's a pretty cool use of technology to get that going, and it's CAN-SPAM compliant, so it's really cool. In the record information, it shows you where a contact came from. Will I get a lot of spam complaints? No, I really haven't. I know I had one guy that got a little pissy and sent me an email, but other than that, I haven't noticed, and I've gotten thousands of people using this. How quickly does it start working? I mean, I started getting leads within 24 hours, and then they've got a thing about like California privacy rights, and I don't know a ton about that, so I can't get the thing to load with the live streaming going for some reason, so I can't cover that. But you can go to their facts page and find the answer to that out. Talking about pricing, through my link, you're going to get a 25% discount for the next 3 months, but basically your first 25 records are free, from my understanding, and then you can subscribe to a plan. So like 200 records a month is $49 a month. If you want 315 records a month, it's $79 a month. If you want 400 records a month, that's $99 a month, and so on and so forth. So just there's some price breaks in here as your records go up, but basically you're paying 25 cents per lead through this, and like I mentioned, you get a 25% discount coming in through my link. So I've been using Get Emails. A lot of people are starting to use Get Emails. I'm seeing it on more and more sites. If you click the link next to this video, you're going to be taken to this page where you just sign up with your name and your company website and your phone number and all that kind of stuff, and you just kind of fill out their form. They've kind of got a 4-step process to just get you started, and I'll see you in my account because this is kind of like kind of have like an agency with them. I get a small commission on if you use this or not. I think it's a really good tool, and it's a really inexpensive way to add a lot more people to your list, and these are people that have definitely expressed interest in you because they've already visited your website. I mean, imagine if you had a blog that you're getting a bunch of people on your website for that are maybe coming through the search engines, and they didn't sign up to your email address. Now you can start following up with them. Maybe you have an e-commerce store, and a lot of people, you might be paying for traffic on Facebook ads, but you don't have the email addresses of those people. Well, now you can follow up with them and make more sales for them. What if you're doing like a product launch? Maybe you've got a product launch going on, and you could put this code snippet on your sales page, and maybe you're doing like a Warrior Plus or JVZoo product, and maybe 10% of the people that visit your site are buying. Well, 90% aren't, and you probably don't have a lot of those buyers on your list, because a lot of times when you're doing a product launch in that space, all your partners are mailing their customer lists. I mean, what if you could add hundreds, if not thousands, of buyer leads that way using Get Emails by putting this on your sales page. And that may be more profitable than the launch itself because you're going to be getting all those buyer email addresses by doing this. So there's a lot of cool little ninja tactics that you can use with Get Emails. I think you're really going to like it. I think you're going to want to try this out. So click the link below. As long as you have a website, you can check this out, try it out, and start getting more emails using Get Emails. So click that link right now, and I will see you inside my Get Emails dashboard and help you out where you need help with it. So click that link now, and I'll see you inside Get Emails.